guys, it looked like this was headed to an early finish, but now the series is tied 2-2. So, Kenny, who are you making your captain tomorrow?
I want to get a lot of high-priced options in, Jesse, and I don't know if this is going to be too risque of a captain, but why not DeAndre Ayton? Here's a guy that's going to is consistently gotten you, right, around 40 DK fantasy points. He did have that dip in game 3, but going back home, I think that there's a lot of upside here for DeAndre Ayton. He hasn't really given you a ton in the scoring department, at least in 2 of these games, and has still managed to put up great nights because of his incredible rebounding. 17 rebounds in game 4, just absolutely ridiculous. This guy is massive for the Suns. He's given them big minutes. He was able to score 32 fantasy points in just 24 minutes in game 3. I just think that the production of this guy, the floor is going to be very high, and the price is absolutely right. I mean, you can get this guy in your captain spot at $12,000. You have plenty of roster flexibility with him. I think he's got 50 fantasy point upside here. He could be one of the top 3 players on the slate, and he could be a no-brainer captain.
All right, Matt, we got Kenny going with Ayton for $12,000. Who are you putting in your captain spot?
So I agree with basically everything Kenny just said. My concern is that I think DeAndre Ayton could be pretty popular as a captain choice because his price is actually a bit lower than it was earlier in the series. So I think Giannis will be really popular. I think Ayton will be really popular. The price on Chris Middleton has come up a bit. Devin Booker's price is pretty high. So I think one of those 2 guys. I have some concerns about Chris Paul's wrist that he banged up earlier in the series. And I feel like if Paul doesn't get back to playing the way we're used to seeing him, Booker could be the guy to take over again, like we saw last game. But even though Booker scored 40 points, I don't think a lot of people get to him as the captain because you have Ayton for much cheaper, and then you have Giannis, who just is a machine for fantasy scoring. So I feel like Booker still goes a bit overlooked, even though he's coming off the big game. So I'm looking to Booker or maybe Chris Middleton.